been done before. What's the target? When was the last time you were in Vegas?
You want to knock over a casino? 3 casinos?
Ocean's 11 is a 2001 American heist comedy film directed by Steven Soderbergh from a screenplay by Ted Griffin. The first installment in the Ocean's film trilogy, it is a remake of the 1960 Rat Pack film of the same name. The film features an ensemble cast including George Clooney, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Casey Affleck, Scott Conn, Elliot Gould, Bernie Mac, and Carl Reiner. The story follows friends Danny Ocean, Clooney, and Rusty Ryan, Pitt, who plan a heist of $160 million from casino owner Terry Benedict, Garcia, the lover of Ocean's ex-wife Tess, Roberts.
Oh. But these guys,
That is the sexiest thing I have ever seen.
are just crazy enough
You'd need at least a dozen guys doing a combination of cons.
Do you understand any of this?
I'll explain later.
to pull off the con
Someone call for a doctor?
of the
Ocean's 11 was theatrically released in the United States on December 7, 2001, by Warner Bros. Pictures. The film received positive reviews from critics and was a box office hit, grossing $450.7 million worldwide, and becoming the fifth highest-grossing film of 2001. Soderbergh directed 2 sequels, Ocean's 12 in 2004 and Ocean's 13 in 2007. Ocean's 8, a spin-off with an all-female lead cast, was released in 2018.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Why? How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight.
Wait, let me start earlier.
Fight Club is a 1999 American film directed by David Fincher and starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter. It is based on the 1996 novel of the same name by Chuck Palahniuk. Norton plays the unnamed narrator, who is discontented with his white-collar job. He forms a fight club with soap salesman Tyler Durden, Pitt, and becomes embroiled in a relationship with an impoverished but beguilingly attractive woman, Marla Singer, Bonham Carter. Palahniuk's novel was optioned by Fox 2000 Pictures producer Laura Ziskin, who hired Yules to write the film adaptation. Fincher was selected because of his enthusiasm for the story. He developed the script with Yules and sought screenwriting advice from the cast and others in the film industry. It was filmed in and around Los Angeles from July to December 1998. He and the cast compared the film to Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, and The Graduate, 1967, with a theme of conflict between Generation X and the value system of advertising.
Studio executives did not like the film, and they restructured Fincher's intended marketing campaign to try to reduce anticipated losses. Fight Club premiered at the 56th Venice International Film Festival on September 10, 1999, and was released in the United States on October 15, 1999 by 20th Century Fox. The film failed to meet the studio's expectations at the box office, and received polarized reactions from critics. It was ranked as one of the most controversial and talked about films of the 1990s. However, Fight Club later found commercial success with its home video release, establishing it as a cult classic, and causing media to revisit the film.
No fingerprints. And no witnesses.
Seven is a 1995 American crime thriller film directed by David Fincher and written by Andrew Kevin Walker. It stars Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, and John C. McGinley. Set in an unnamed, crime-ridden city, Seven's plot follows disenchanted, near-retirement detective William Somerset, Freeman, and his newly transferred partner David Mills, Pitt, as they attempt to stop a serial killer before he can complete a series of murders based on the 7 deadly sins. Walker, an aspiring writer, based Seven on his experiences of moving from a suburban setting to New York City during a period of rising crime and drug addiction in the late 1980s. His script was optioned by an Italian film company that underwent financial difficulties and sold the rights to New Line Cinema. Executives were opposed to the script's bleak ending and mandated a more mainstream, upbeat outcome. Fincher, who was eager to prove himself after the failure of his first feature film project Alien 3, read Walker's original script, which he was sent by mistake, and agreed to direct the project provided the ending remained. The studio continued trying to change the ending but faced opposition from Fincher and the cast. On a $33 to $34 million budget, principal photography took place mainly on location in Los Angeles. Rob Bottin headed the special effects team responsible for realizing the elaborate murders using makeup and prosthetics.
Inglourious Basterds is a 2009 war film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender, Eli Roth, Diane Kruger, Daniel Beer-H.L., Til Schweiger and Melanie Laurent. The film tells an alternate history story of two plots to assassinate Nazi Germany's leadership, one planned by Shosanna Dreyfus, a young French-Jewish cinema proprietor, and the other planned by the British but ultimately conducted solely by a team of Jewish-American soldiers, led by First Lieutenant Aldo Raine. Christoph Waltz co-stars as Hans Landa, an SS colonel in charge of tracking down Raine's group. The title was inspired by Italian director Enzo G. Costari's 1978 Euro war film The Inglourious Basterds. Though Tarantino's film is not a remake of it, Tarantino wrote the script in 1998, but struggled with the ending and chose instead to direct the two-part film Kill Bill. After directing Death Proof in 2007, Tarantino returned to work on Inglourious Basterds, a co-production of the United States and Germany. The film began principal photography in October 2008 and was filmed in Germany and France with a $70 million production budget. It premiered on May 20, 2009, at the 62nd Cannes Film Festival, and received a wide release in theaters in the United States and Europe in August 2009 by the Weinstein Company and Universal Pictures.